Hello there, good afternoon. You're watching Q News, bringing you the latest regional and international developments. And here are the top stories making headlines this hour. Syria's Foreign Minister Assad al-Shabani says repeated Israeli attacks are pushing the whole region towards escalation, calling on the international community to take firm action. At a joint press conference in Damascus with Denmark's Foreign Minister, al-Shabani warned that Israel's repeated strikes risk further escalation and urged decisive international action to stop what he called ongoing attacks. Israel has not responded. Syria's Information Minister Hamza al-Mustafa condemned what he called Israeli provocations, saying Israel is trying to drag Damascus into confrontation. Al-Mustafa warned Israel is miscalculating if it thinks it can impose new realities on the ground, and said Syria will use all available means to deter attacks while focusing on rebuilding and recovery. The U.S. ambassador to Lebanon says Israel does not need U.S. permission to defend its citizens and urged Beirut to move ahead with disarming Hezbollah. Ambassador Michael Issa told Israeli media that Israel can assess its own security needs without Washington's approval and said disarming Hezbollah would restore state authority and secure Lebanon's future. Hezbollah has not responded, according to the account provided. Egypt says Palestinian self-determination and an independent state on the June 4, 1967 lines, with East Jerusalem as its capital, is a historic right backed by international legitimacy. Marking the International Day of Solidarity with the Palestinian people, Egypt's foreign ministry said it will keep coordinating with the United States and regional partners to ensure full implementation of President Trump's peace plan in a way that preserves Palestinian rights and supports regional stability. Amnesty International says Israeli authorities are still committing genocide in Gaza, citing fresh strikes and continued restrictions on aid and essential services despite the October 10th ceasefire. Israel has repeatedly rejected genocide allegations. Amnesty said strikes hit areas in southern and central Gaza that it says should be off limits under the truce. Gaza's health authorities say hundreds of Palestinians have been killed since the ceasefire began, while Israel says 3 of its soldiers have been killed by gunfire in the same period. UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres says Palestinians have the right to dignity, justice and self-determination, urging renewed momentum towards a two-state solution. He said those rights have been violated over the past 2 years and called for an end to what he described as the illegal occupation of Palestinian territory and urged irreversible progress towards 2 states living side by side in peace and security.
That a compromise is possible. That's to take into account.
Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky warned of a new large-scale Russian escalation targeting vital infrastructure in his country. Zelensky confirmed that Moscow had launched around 36 missiles and nearly 600 drones over the past hours against multiple areas across Ukraine. The Ukrainian president stressed that air defenses are in urgent need of additional support. Meanwhile, the Russian Ministry of Defense announced that Russian forces targeted Ukrainian industrial and energy facilities in the early hours of this morning. The ministry stated that it had carried out a large-scale strike using precision weapons and drones, targeting Ukrainian military sites and energy installations as part of the ongoing military operation. And that brings us to the end of our top stories for this hour. But stay with us for continuing coverage, analysis, and breaking news updates from across the region and around the world here on Q News.